Hi, good morning. Welcome to my Wednesday devotional. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I don't know where you're at, but where I'm at, it is very cold and rainy and drizzly and not exactly happy weather today, but that's all right. Other things are happening today. Yes, I am doing the pre-record. I always do that on a Sunday afternoon, and today I'm wearing purple for the Ravens Chiefs game that's about to start in a few minutes, so we shall see, right? So that's why everyone's kind of excited around town today and see who's going to be flying in. And yes, she's already here. But yeah, this whole town's pretty excited about the Ravens, and so we're wishing them up. All right, well, let's get started before this game's about to happen. So, all right, we are in Esther chapter 6. We're getting to the real exciting stuff here. All right, and last week we had verses 1 and 2. We just started Esther 6. And so I want to read last week's stuff, and then we'll go to this week. All right, verse 1 and 2. So the king is going to honor Mordecai. That night, the king had trouble sleeping, so he ordered an attendant to bring the book of the history of his reign so it could be read to him. I guess that's a way to fall asleep, right? Verse 2. In those records, he discovered an account of how Mordecai had exposed the plot of Bigtha and Teresh, two of the eunuchs who guarded the door to the king's private quarters. That's an important job. They had plotted to assassinate King Xerxes. That's kind of strange. I mean, who can the king trust, right? Kind of strange. All right, now, this week for verse 3 and 4. All right, so then the king asked, what reward or recognition did we ever give Mordecai for for this? The king asked. His attendants replied, nothing has ever been done for him. Okay, so verse 4. Who is that in the outer court? The king inquired. As it happened, Haman, you remember him, he had just arrived in the outer court of the palace to ask the king to impale Mordecai on the pole that he had prepared. Wow. What an interesting turn of events. One minute the king's like, well, wait a second, what should we do to honor someone who, saved my life, right? This is important. And, who saved my life, and B, how can we pay them back for their great deed, right? Well, just then, Haman walked in. Uh-oh. What's going to happen next? Well, that'll be next week, but for right now, let's back this up. The king wants to reward someone, like, hey, did we reward somebody? Did we do that? Well, nothing has ever been done for Mordecai. Okay, so Mordecai did get the credit at this point. The king is like, wow, what should we do for Mordecai? And they were like, well, nothing had been done. Well, who's out there? Because I think the king probably knew that, remember, Mordecai was always kind of on the outside of the palace gate there, so maybe the king was thinking, oh, is that Mordecai over there? That was the impression I got. And I just want to back up the thoughts here and just say, Mordecai had been faithful, he'd been doing great. He clearly helped open up the door for reporting the bad guys, even though nothing got done about it. Mordecai did the right thing by reporting it. And have you ever felt like that in your life sometimes? Like, hey, I'm doing the right things, I'm doing all these good things to help stop an assassination attempt, and nothing's happening here. I'm just kind of surmising what Mordecai might be thinking, but maybe it's just kind of look for ourselves for a minute and just think, has there been a time, and if so, is there hope that it could get better, And so I think this story is about to prove, even though you might think nothing's going on, there really is behind the scenes, something's going on. Things don't stay down for long. It might seem like that on the outside, but really there's some inner conflict going on. And I believe that's all God, that God's working things out for your good, right? Romans 8:28. God works it all out for those who love the Lord. So to me, this part of the story is very much proof of that. All right, we shall see. All right, game's about to start. When you see this, we'll already know the answer, but it's the excitement, right? The anticipation of, all these challenges. That's what this football game represents today, and just like in Esther, everything's coming together on the line. And what are the results? How does God work it? We shall find out, and we'll talk about it next week. All right, thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate you. All right, take care. Bye-bye.